Hi, in today's video I will show you the basic fundamentals of a forehand volley and a backhand volley. I will go through the technical steps, step by step, and it won't be any fancy volleys today. I will do that in another video, so it's just basic information about how to hit a perfect volley. If you're new to this channel, my name is Patrik Broddfelt, a tennis coach in Norway. Okay, let's get started with the first thing. So I believe to have a good volley, you need the continental grip. Yes, I know in some occasions you can switch the grip in different ways, but for today it's the continental grip. You take your thumb and index finger on your racket like this, and now you have a continental grip, the same as in the serve. I'm sorry about the noise in here. It's construction on one of the walls, but hopefully I can get that noise out of the camera. Okay, the first step is to have a ready position. Make sure you're standing with a racket between the legs, racket length. That's an athletic position. And you should position yourself roughly in between the net and the service line, maybe a little bit further in front of the net, 2/3 or something like that. I see a lot of players standing too close to the net, like here. Then it's just reflex volley. That's a different kind of volley. I believe in volley, you have to move with your feet. That's a volley. You're moving into the ball, okay? So if I'm standing here, I can always move into the ball, and I still can take a ball close to the net. So if you're standing too close, almost be over the net, or just reflexing. It's good to do in doubles, but as I said, it's a different kind of volley. So, ready position. On the forehand volley, you should make sure your wrist is a little bit up and having the continental grip. So you're standing here, holding a racket with the left arm, hand like this, with the fingertips. What you want to make sure is the racket head should be close to your head, not like this, but in front of you here. So the butt cup is somewhere around the belly button. And in a forehand volley, the first step is having the uniturn. You're turning, the head is going with a racket head, and then you're loading on the right leg, stepping in, making contact. So you're having the uniturn, stepping forward, and contact. So that's how easy it is to hit a volley. But you have to make sure you're having that uniturn with you, like the right arm and left arm are in handcuffs. So the key here is to have that shoulder, the left shoulder, pointing towards the net. If you're standing here, you're too open and you won't have any stability in your racket. And so uniturn, the racket will be roughly at your right knee here, setting it up, wrist a little bit higher, and then contact and step in. And what you can do here at the contact is supinating a little bit with your elbow, bam, then you get that finish, depending on how deep you want the ball or if you want to hit more of a drop shot. So that's something you can play around with. But athletic position, uniturn, racket towards your knee, making contact and stepping in. So a common mistake I see is having a racket too high or having a racket here, stepping in and doing this. So you need to make sure you have a uniturn without taking racket back too much. But yes, if it's slow softball, you can take a bigger swing, a bigger cut on the ball. It's all depending on the receiving ball, but try to make it as compact as possible. Uniturn, racket stays close, your head stays close to your racket head. So a common mistake would be like you have a uniturn and your left arm are here. Then you're too open to the net, and it's really difficult to get that drive from a right leg, feeling the connection in the racket and hand. So make sure you have a uniturn with both hands, shoulder pointing to the net, stepping in and hitting. So on the backhand volley, it's the same grip with everything. Starting position. Now you need to make sure when you're turning, you're having your elbow up like this. So if I stand like this. So the elbow is pointing more like this, and then you're stepping in. The reason why is because if you're having an elbow like this, look at my racket, and then your racket will travel this way. So making sure your elbow is pointing right back, setting up, and then you step in. So it's the same, you have a uniturn. The racket will be at your left knee. You can take your left foot forward, or you can step in with your right foot. So yes, the contact point should be in front of you. But at the same time, if you're hitting too much in front of you, like you're hitting here, if your racket has a tendency to do this, that's probably because you're hitting too much in front of you. It's the same in a forehand ball. If you're hitting here, the racket would drop. So then you have to make contact a little bit further back. Right at your left knee here, and contact and follow through. So it's that easy. You have starting position, uniturn with your elbow up, stepping in, bum. And you notice the racket head and my head stays close to each other. Then it will be much easier to see the contact, okay? If you're too far away, it's difficult to see the contact point. So the closer the racket head is to your face, it's easier to see the contact points. So the volley I'm showing today, you can do around here, 2/3 to the service line, or you can do the same as the first volley, back here, stepping in, bam. A little bit harder to do it here because you're standing too close to the net, but you can still do it. But if you're standing this close, I probably would change the grip. That's another video I can show you. As I said, a volley is more about moving your feet to the contact point and stepping forward. It's not about swinging or trying to kill the ball. It's all about placement. So think about placing it short, deep, not trying to kill it, because then you will miss it into the net outside the singles lines or baseline. I see that too often. So you don't have to do it because you're taking the balls so early and we're closer to the net. If I'm running up here, I can hit a short cross court here, but I don't have to kill it. In doubles, you might have to punch a little bit more at the net player, but in singles, think about placements. Okay? Another common mistake I see is, I don't know, it's back from the 80s, I believe. I got taught this as well. It's like pointing a racket and stepping, doing this. But look, the ball will go to the net then if you're going bum. Same in backhand if you're doing bum. So don't fall like that. Be in athletic position, uniturn, and now you can step in with the right, make contact, and go with the left. Or you can make contact and go inside with the left and right. It's a more natural flow. What I like to tell my students is, be like a cat, okay? Move like a cat. So you're here, moving more like a cat. Don't fall into the volley. Okay, let me demonstrate some volleys.